this is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. I reported in the last short video that I made that Manolo Marquez has potentially decided to end his term as Indian national team coach post the June matches and then continue to coach FC Goa. This piece of news has flown into Indian football like a bomb because it seems like not many people were aware or in the know that something like this could happen. And I wanted to sort of understand the psychology behind this. Why would someone like Manolo Marquez decide to do something like this? What are people saying in general? And were there signs that something like this potentially could happen? Again, we are speculating because officially Manolo Marquez has not confirmed anything. Even the AIFF seems to be not in the know about this matter. They are saying Manolo Marquez has a contract till summer 2026 and nothing has changed for them. But if we look back in the last few weeks, if we look back especially Manolo Marquez speaking after the goalless draw against Bangladesh in the opening match of the AFC Asian Cup 2027 final round qualifiers, it should potentially be clear to us that I think that game was a realization for Manolo Marquez that it's most probably not that much that I can do with this team. That I don't spend enough time with this team to try and evolve something, evolve a system, evolve the team, evolve the whole squad. That he's struggling with the AIFF. The AIFF is struggling itself. Therefore, that does not come as a surprise. There is disharmony in the Indian national team. All these things, all these problems which Manolo is not facing at FC Goa. But the biggest realization for Manolo Marquez most probably has been after that Bangladesh game. I myself most probably am more suited to be not a national team coach, but rather a club coach. That he can work day in and day out with players. That he has key positions filled by foreigners who are quality, some of them he's known since his early days. It's a tough realization. And if we look into the psychology of this, if someone takes a decision like this and says, you know what, I've taken up a job, it gives me a lot of pride, it gives me a lot of honor to be the national team coach of a country where I've been now coaching for a few years. But realizing that given the circumstances, you might not be the right person to do this job. I feel one has to say, respect Manolo. I know that in my live show, certain people said, you know what, he doesn't care about the team. He's abandoning the team. I don't think so. I think Manolo has gotten a personal realization, and then you have to sometimes take a personal call, which might, to certain people, might not be logical, but to him most probably makes sense. If you see after that, the one of the press conference that he's had during the ISL, but also the final press conference after winning the Kalinga Super Cup, one realizes how much of respect Manolo has for FC Goa, how much of love and affection he has for his players, how much trust he has in his players. And that is exactly what he doesn't have in the Indian national team and with the AIFF. And from that perspective, I understand that Manolo has taken this thought process and that it has been communicated with certain people, so it's now come out. Because someone told me about this a few weeks back. And I said, you know what, I don't think so. I think Manolo wants to do this. But I also go back to something which I said at the time when Manolo was finalized. Manolo Marquez has proven that he's good, a very good club coach in Indian conditions. But coaching a national team is something different. And maybe he has now come to that realization. And let's see. So far, it's not been officially announced, but let's see if and when that comes. And then the Indian national team will have to move on and find someone to replace Manolo if he leaves. And for FC Goa, if Manolo stays, it's a win-win for FC Goa and for Manolo Marquez. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Do you have got anything to add or something else to say? Write those things down in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe Arunfoot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias. Visit arunfoot.com. Watch my older content here on the site. And I'll be back very soon. Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.